Hey, what's up? John here. This video is going to be about major and minor bar chords built on the E, A, and D strings.
Bar chords.
Now, the reason why bar chords are so useful is because you can play them anywhere on the neck. So for instance, if I take this A major bar chord, I can play it here at F, or I can play it here at C, B flat, G. I can use just one shape and play any major chord that I want. Same thing goes with the minor. Any minor chord that I want to play, I can do it with just that one shape. Now you could just learn the two bar chord shapes that are on the low E string and just call it a day. Because with just those two shapes, you could play any major or minor chord that you would need to. However, it's good to have other possibilities to give you more options in the way that the chord sounds. Alright, you get the idea. Now, for the examples that I'm going to show you, I'm going to build them all off the 5th fret, just to keep things consistent. But remember, they're bar chords, so you can move them anywhere you need to. The first shape is going to be a major bar chord built off of the E string at the 5th fret. Let's take a look. So the way this thing is built is the index finger is doing a bar across all of the strings. Then what you're going to do is take your ring finger, put it on the 7th fret of the A string, put your pinky on the next string directly below it, 7th fret of the D string. Then you put your middle finger on the 6th fret of the G. Then you just leave the B and the E barred. For this example, being built on the 5th fret, this gives us an A major bar chord, but you can of course move it wherever you want. With this one bar chord, you could play every major chord that you could possibly play on the guitar. You can play them all over the place. Now let's look at a minor bar chord with the root on the E string. Now all we have to do is we take the 3rd of this chord and we make it 1 fret lower. Now I'll give you a hint. The 3rd is right here. It's the 6th fret on the G string right now. So if we make it 1 fret lower, boom, there we go. Now we have a minor bar chord. And this shape, again, can be moved anywhere you want. But for this example, we're doing it on the 5th fret, so this means it's an A minor bar chord. Now let's go back to the major bar chord. And if we keep our fingers exactly the same, but just move everything 1 string higher, we get a minor bar chord built on the A string now. And also, don't play the low E string anymore. In fact, take your index finger and just gently touch it to keep it from ringing out. That way when you strum the strings, you'll keep it muted. So this is the exact same shape as the major bar chord on the low E string, but I'll go through the fingers anyways. So, you have your index finger barring everything and just gently touching the low E string. Then you put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string, your pinky just below it on the 7th fret of the G, your middle finger goes on the 6th fret of the B, and the high E is just barred. Like I was saying before, to take a major chord and make it minor, you take the 3rd and you lower it by 1 fret, but the converse is also true. Now for this shape, the 3rd is right here on the B string. So if we take this from the minor chord and we raise it by 1 fret, now we can get a major chord. So it sounds like this. So here is a major bar chord built on the A string. For this example, this is a D major bar chord now, but you can move it wherever you want. To be completely honest, I don't actually use this finger setup. The way I do it is I actually use my pinky to bar these 3 strings right here. And that works out pretty well for me. But I've been doing bar chords for a while, and so my pinky has a weird flexibility to it now. So maybe that's not going to work so well for you, but give it a shot. Also, some people can do it with their ring finger. For me, it doesn't work so well. And some people just do it just like this. So try it out and figure out what works best for you. D string bar chords. Now, technically the 2 shapes that I'm going to show you aren't actually bar chords because you don't have to bar anything. But I wanted to show them anyways because I think that they have a certain usefulness in themselves. So let's look at the first shape. This is going to be a major bar chord built on the D string. So it looks like this. Alright, so basically what I'm doing is, this is going to be in G. This is the G major bar chord. So I have my index finger on the 5th fret on the D string. I have my middle finger on the 7th fret of the G, pinky on the 8th fret of the B, and then ring finger on the 7th of the E. Again, nothing is barred. For me, it's comfortable though if I just lay my index finger down anyways though. Alright, that's major. To make it minor, you go like this. You kind of have to adjust your fingers a little bit. Here's the minor version of it. Also, probably what you could do is for the major, you could just go like this. Minor, major, minor, or major, minor. Now, the reason why D string bar chords aren't maybe the most practical all the time is that, listen to this. Hear those notes? Compare these notes to these notes. Hear that? The notes of the D string bar chord are basically the same exact notes as the A string bar chords, just minus the high E string. Same thing with the minor. However, I do think that it serves a practical purpose, especially when it's combined with other chord shapes that are built on the treble strings. So let's look at this example. I'm going to start with G major, and I'm going to switch to A minor 7, and then I'll go back. So kind of watch what I'm doing here. So you can see what I was doing there. The A minor 7 shape was really close to the G major shape. Okay, I could just kind of have my index finger barred here, and I would just take off these fingers or put them back on. So in that situation, to get the certain sound that I wanted, it would actually be pretty practical to use this bar chord shape built on the D string. So I want to throw those in the video because I thought, well, maybe they'll be helpful to you. For more ideas on chord shapes on the treble strings, be sure to check out my video on triads. That'll be a good place to start. Okay, well that's enough for today. If you're just getting started with bar chords, they can be really tiring on your hands and wrists. So be sure to take breaks often and stretch out your hands and roll out your wrists if they start to get kind of cramped up. But stick with these. I know you can get them down. So practice hard, have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.